Hi guys, so I started my 3D printing journey about 4.5 years ago with the Elegoo Mars 2, and this was the first printer I ever bought. And to say I was excited when I got it would be, well, an understatement. If I can, I'll try and leave links to this first video where I did an unboxing and printed out a few bits and pieces. So this was definitely, say, the start of my journey, and obviously over the last 4.5 years, yeah, I love 3D printing and, well, painting miniatures. And as you can see, the first ones I kind of did very basic, basically just a table and chairs. So since that time, obviously, yeah, things have progressed lots. And I've been printing out, say, a ton of stuff from sort of Warhammer, sci-fi, well, and everything in between. And the main source and place I go to is my mini factory. And say, if you've seen a lot of videos, you'll see that is where I kind of go, just because there's so many talented, awesome 3D sculptors. Is that the right word? Sculptors or model makers? I'm not too sure. And yeah, say the stuff that they can make is absolutely awesome. So yeah, I've been using my mini factory for, I'd say, at least the last 3 years, because as you can see, anything you can kind of think of, from bases, terrain, sci-fi, fantasy, and well, whatever else you can think of, there'll be someone there who's made it. Obviously, a ton of busts as well, which is just cool. Because I love printing and painting. I love playing games, but I definitely am more of the painter sort of variety. And yeah, absolutely love it. I do appreciate though, not everyone has a 3D printer. So that's where those lovely people over at My Mini Factory have also got an Only Games Crate site. So all these wonderful figures that you can see on their My Mini Factory page, you can get them pre-printed, which is just awesome. So as you can see, there's two types here. They do a sci-fi box and a fantasy box. And I guess if you're watching my videos, then yeah, you'll fall into one of these categories of sci-fi or fantasy. And every month, I'm lucky enough to get one of these little boxes. It's kind of a mystery box because obviously I don't go online to see what it is. Every month, there's different model makers they choose, so you can go on and see which ones there are. But I like not knowing and getting these boxes. They turn up. So I've got the sci-fi and the fantasy, just because, well, I'm greedy. I will leave all the details down below, guys. We can find out more information about the Only Games Crates website. So you can either get the sci-fi, the fantasy, or both. But they also do a coloured miniature. So this one is a pre-painted miniature you can get as well, which is pretty awesome. So again, links down below, guys. All the information you need to know about Only Games Crates, and obviously what wonderful value it is. So say I get both crates because I am more I like to paint miniatures. Obviously, I paint miniatures for particular games that I play, but I just love painting miniatures. So for me, this is awesome to say, because I do go for the fantasy and the sci-fi, and as you can see, wonderfully sculptured miniatures, but 3D printed really well as well. So something to say, they do a pre-painted miniature, which is just absolutely awesome. You'll have spotted this isn't the miniature on the screen, and that's because I made this miniature. Well, that's to say, I designed it. Yeah, I designed this miniature. Whenever I play D&D, I love dwarfs. So I've got a dwarf with a shield and, and a broom, just because I thought it would be funny. So yeah, over on the Only Games, you'll see their subscriber benefits. You get a voucher for the Eldritch Foundry. And if you haven't heard of them before, because I hadn't until I went over there and messed about, you can create your own miniatures. And when I say create, this is so easy, so simple. Guys, you know me. I am a plug and play kind of guy. I don't know how to do any 3D modeling whatsoever. But you go over to this page and you basically create your miniature how you want from clicking on loads of, they're kind of like, I guess, presets. But there's so many presets, you can change everything about a character. So for me, I love playing dwarfs. I think it's because I'm sort of short and stocky. Although if I was a dwarf, I'd be a tall dwarf. So yeah, start off with the body shape that you want, but then you can change the shape. You can make the heights taller, shorter, fatter, thinner. But obviously, you can also change, well, absolutely everything, including the head, face, hair, beard, all that kind of stuff, and the outfits. There are a ton of outfits. So you can click on these kind of like presets down the side, and they'll instantly change the whole thing. or you can go in and you can change every item yourself. You can do different shoulder pads, different trousers, different tops, different cloaks, absolutely everything. And as well as that, obviously, we need weapons. So there's a whole array of weapons, everything you can kind of think of: swords, daggers, pole arms, all of that sort of stuff, shields, and obviously weird and wonderful things. As I say, my character is holding a broomstick, but on his back he's got a little banjo. And you can change their hand gestures. Yeah, I've not done any of that, but you can change that. You can change absolutely everything. And this is the bit I also love: posing. So yeah, depending on what kind of figure you're going for, or what kind of aesthetic you want, or say whether or not you want them to be posing in an aggressive way, a defensive way, shocked way, whatever it is, they've got that all here. And I say, I spent ages because I was just messing about something rotten on this, and this is what turned up. Pre-painted, which is just absolutely awesome. So if you wanted a miniature, you didn't have to paint, then they can do that as well. So guys, check out the links down below. I had so much fun making this chap. It was untrue. So yeah, only games crates. Say you get the sci-fi, the fantasy, or you can go for a coloured version. And now you also get the option of designing and making your own, which I think is just absolutely mental, because it means whatever game you play, if there's a specific look to a character you want, then yeah, go ahead and make it. And again, the subscriber benefits: 20% off accessories and 20% discount on the monthly creators. So if you did go on My Mini Factory, you could download and obviously 3D print tons of miniatures. But say this is a great case of if you don't have a 3D printer, then you can go on here and you can get these awesome miniatures sent to you each and every month, which I say is kind of what I do, because I love painting miniatures. Even though I do have a backlog of stuff I need to paint. Yeah, the thing is, you can never say no. You want more miniatures, and that's exactly what happens here. But as well as obviously that miniature that I made on the Eldritch Foundry, you can get obviously the coloured printed version, or you can just get the normal STL, and then you can just print it off yourself, and then paint it yourself. But I say, I love my chap. I love playing dwarfs. I say, I've even got glasses on this dude, which is just great. As I say, he's got a banjo on the back, and his weapon of choice is a broomstick. So guys, check out the links down below and see just how awesome these sculpts are. So every month it is a different creator for both the sci-fi and the fantasy, as well as the coloured printed version as well. I say, awesome figures, printed really, really well. Great resin that they use there. And I say, for me, I like to keep it a secret and a surprise. So these boxes turn up. I never know what I'm getting. But you can go online, check their website, and see exactly what it is you're getting. Guys, check out the links all down below. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that wonderful stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.